Markets. Manisha Gupta is standing by to tell us about what's going on in the commodity space. Morning, Manisha.
Morning, Nigel. Thank you for that. I'm looking at metals as a sector, and there are 3 or 4 major cues that are supporting the metal prices. For this week, we are trading mixed on many of those metal prices, but we have seen the decline in US dollar after the US Fed meeting minutes, where there is expectation that you could be looking at a slower pace of interest rate hikes, and that clearly has been supportive for many of those metal prices. In any case, the fundamentals have been supportive. We've seen deficits for many of these metals, and finally, the demand on ground seems to be picking up, and that has been supportive as well. So what we are expecting for December is slower interest rate hike. That has done the trick. Also, China, even as the economic data has been on the weaker side and the COVID cases are increasing, but China also is pledging for loans and interest-free term to banks. So more stimulus coming in for China, especially for the real estate and infrastructure sector. That also is keeping the metal prices on the higher side. Markets also are looking at US and European Union electrification demand. That is expected to be a key driver, is what Trafigura says. And both banks and brokerages also seem to be turning positive now for metals. We saw that report come from Citi, Macquarie, and now Goldman Sachs says that the global commodity prices will rise from mid-2023. That is by when that they see the US Fed interest rate hike also start to go off. Goldman Sachs is most bullish, by the way, on crude oil and copper. And copper clearly has the best of fundamentals when you look at that. Inventories have continued to decline. There are just about 5 days of global inventories worth of consumption. And when you look at the deficit in 2022 is estimated at around 2 lakh tons, and that clearly has been supportive. Markets also are looking at the reports that have come in from the Minmetals Economic Research, which says that in 2022, the demand growth was 50,000 to 70,000 tons. But for 2023, they're expecting it higher at 110 to 120,000 tons. So all those numbers on ground also seem to be supportive there. Apart from that, when you look at the Chinese consumption in 2021 was 12.5 million tons. This year until now is 10.7. This is the data until the month of October. So when you add November and December, the markets do anticipate that we will almost reach the kind of numbers that we saw in the previous year as well. The expectation across metals, when you look at strategies, is in case of copper, most brokerages have given a buy on to this one for this year and the next as well.
All right, Manisha, thank you very much for that. So that's basically commodities in focus. Now, PNB is higher.